We're in Estonia, but we could just as well be probably in a lot of different countries, because this type of environment is a very typical modernist housing area. And working here, I think one of the main challenges that we have talked about a lot here is the lack of these threshold spaces in between the public and private. So basically, if you live here in this building, you have your apartment, you have your own personal space, but once you step outside the door, it's completely public. And of course, this is intentional. This is what these areas were planned to work like. Nothing was private, with the idea that it would be for everyone. And the problem, I think, looking to this area is that when you don't define these threshold spaces or these semi-private spaces, the spaces that are for a smaller community, it becomes no man's land. No one is really invited to spend time here, or to have activities here, or to live their life here in between. So I think this is one of the main challenges that we have to work with, to try to define who can use this space, and to invite people to spend time here, to come out here, to be active here. And of course, to do that, you really need to work with the whole structure of the area. Now we work with the buildings and with the courtyards. And I think that the first part of this challenge is to create the kind of backdrop, or the surrounding environment that kind of protects this space.
I think there was like three major pillars that we stand on. One is communication and being visible here on the site, being with the same people from the start to the end with the same project, so citizens here know who they can count on, who is responsible. Second is probably the location and will to renovate, because it's really hard to find a place where you can have 4 buildings and 3 courtyards together to renovate everything. And there has to be a will from the citizen side that they want to do it. And the third one, I would say, is let's do it together. So it's not just together with the people here, but together with different stakeholders. Like city side, all the city departments, infrastructure managers who own the land here. So if we get everybody together in one project, then it's a great success, and it will give us a good outcome.
Then, of course, in the process of defining and designing the courtyard spaces, we have tried to involve the residents as much as possible, giving them a taste of how their courtyards could be in the future. Because I think with the type of structure that you have here, it's very difficult to imagine a place that is so totally different, where you have this protected space for your local activities and the community activities that we're striving to get. So we need to kind of offer some taste of that, giving them some visual tools and guides and examples of how that can be, and bring the conversation to their level. So instead of talking about how many car parking spaces we reduce, we try to talk about more, what type of activities do you want to see? How could you imagine to spend your time here if you had the space and the right kind of environment for it? So trying to give them the idea of how this community life could be in reality. So basically what we do at Think Softer and our philosophy and the way we work is based first of all in the research and principles laid out by Jan Gehl, the famous professor from Copenhagen, talking about life between buildings, and that's the first cornerstone. And then of course David Sim, throughout his work with Jan Gehl in the Gehl office, collected all of these principles on how a neighborhood should be designed in order to promote the soft qualities that deal with the human interaction, how we feel at ease in a place, how we feel invited to spend time in a place, how we can encourage social interaction and the kind of cohesion, the community spirit of a place through design, but also through soft measures. And the first part of that is, which I talked about previously, is how to define these threshold spaces, these spaces which actually invite you to talk to your neighbor maybe, or to spend time outdoors. Trying to introduce things like active edge zones. Can we have a space, a front garden, a back garden, a place where you can actually, as a resident, go out, inhabit as your own space, but with a lower threshold to meeting your neighbors. So a low hedge, maybe a fence, where you can actually be safe in your own space, but then have a possibility to interact with your neighbor. Of course, we also need to provide these meeting places for people in the local wider community. So you have, first of all, you have the very local private outdoor space that could be one of these places where you can meet your neighbor, say hello, talk about the weather. Then you have the semi-private spaces, the kind of protected courtyards where maybe your apartment building or even just your entrance can meet, can spend time, can meet each other, or the whole building meeting around the courtyard.
We started with the usual method, how we usually do here. We made a sketch. We tried to get approval to the sketch, but it was completely turned down, and lots of people didn't like it, lots of city departments didn't like it. So from there we saw that we need to actually take a step back, and we need to set some ground rules before starting sketching anything. So we need to put this framework in place. So from there it actually came out of our failing our first try. So it's a strategic framework, so everybody can agree on the play rules that we are trying to do here. It can be thought as a Lego base plate, where is something is on place already that you can't change. Even with Lego base plate, there is the size. There can be streets on there already put on the place, river maybe. So it's like agreeing on the play field where we're gonna do things. So it contains, for us, it contains 4 major fields. One is mobility and safety. Second is the characteristic of the space. Is it a public, semi-public, semi-private maybe even? Third one is the actual land cover, like hard surface versus soft surface, or places where water can go through, or we can use it as an area for filtration, water filtration. And the fourth one is the multifunctionality, because we have lots of users have lots of needs, so we have to think about multifunctionality before even doing the sketches. So we need to have places for them. Well, in practice, we gather together lots of data at the beginning, like questionnaire from the citizens, residents here, all the strategic documents that local government has implemented, how they see what is the possibilities that we can even do here. Then we had to also include the project, the SOFTacademy itself, because it has the requirements that there has to be here. So it is sustainable and beautiful and together. And fourth is the environment itself. So we have to really see and understand where are we working. What is this place here? What is the natural conditions? So we took all those four fields, we put them together, and from there we got this kind of framework that what is possible, how we can do it, and pretty much it's something that everybody can agree on. And we took it to the public meeting. We discussed it with residents, we discussed it with city departments. So, and yeah, so far everybody has agreed on it. Well, I would say the challenges is this together part, to get everybody to think about it as it's their own project, what they're doing. It wasn't that hard with the residents here because it's their home courtyard, but from the local government side it can be difficult because there's sometimes there is this kind of attitude that this is something that you are doing, not something that we are doing. So from there were some like setbacks, but eventually, after lots of many meetings, lots of communication, I think we got everybody on the board, even the transportation agency. So yeah, I would say that the spatial analysis part maybe wasn't that hard to get to this kind of framework, but getting everybody to agree on that and working together on that was the difficult. Yeah. So next step is we have this Lego place plate in place. So now we have developed Lego bricks. So how we can fill this base plate? It's called right now spatial module system. There is around 20 modules that we already let the residents choose, and we played pretty much on the scaled model with those, and we got input for the sketch now. So this is building up quite, yeah, if you think about it, like playing with Legos, it's like you agree on the base plate, you agree on the bricks that you're playing, and then you're gonna start playing with those bricks.